Hello and welcome back to the channel. Going to bring another 3 races today. First one is at Hakone. It's a wet race. Managed to get a good getaway. It's quite even at the front between the 3 of us. I think there was about 4/10 of a second between first, second and third in qualifying. Managed the first corner. Had to take it a little bit easy. Twisted pulled a brilliant manoeuvre on the outside. Gets a little tap from behind. Not too bad really. Managed to recover quite nicely. So going down the back straight, seemed to get a better exit out of that corner. I think I was driving the MG. With my setup, it seemed to have a better straight line speed. Try to take as much curb as possible. It's very stable in the wet conditions. Really impressed with the setup. So after coming to the end of the first lap, you see there's less than a second between the top 3 and we've already gapped 4th by 3 seconds. We just jump forward here to end of lap 3. Again, it's still very close, less than half a second between the 3 of us. 4th has dropped even further behind, 6 seconds. Twisted got a little bit of a penalty. It's very harsh, I thought. Jump forward to the middle of lap 4. Go through the fast chicane. I got a better run out of this. Twisted seemed to take a very wide line into this, so I thought the opportunity's there, I'm going to take it. Managed to get it back on the apex quite nicely. Kept up the score quite well. Twisted seemed to he did get a good run on my outside.
3 more.
Thought about making the move on Scorby, just left me braking way too late. To lap 6 now. So I started thinking maybe Scorby will let Twisted past with the penalty and try and keep him ahead of me. He did go past, but then Scorby come straight back at him, so I thought, no, they're going to go for the fight, for the win. It's just very close. It was a case of if one car went out, we all went out. So I had to come off the throttle a little bit. I don't know how Scorby didn't get a penalty there because he was way over the curb. Well, just got a good run on him. He runs it a little bit deep, possibly. So I'll just nip up on the inside again. Back on the apex, over the curb. Into second. Now this, for me, this is where the race unravels. So I'm chasing Twisted down nicely. We're all evenly distanced apart. He runs a little bit wide, takes the corner nicely. Again, he's probably trying to push too hard. Goes a bit wide, I'm all over the curb. Gets a nice run on him. Then Scorby just pulls out, and it was just the slightest of touches and comes right round. Wasn't happy at the time, obviously. Looking back on it, it wasn't really anything. He wasn't malicious, and as you can see, he waits up at the end. He got a second penalty for the incident, and he waited to give me back my second place. So, you know, there's not many people like that on Forza now. After all that, we come away with second. Really good close race. Now we're off to Homestead, where I thought I knew better than the game. Managed to qualify in second. It was wet qualifying, but the guy in pole seemed to get it in just before it started raining. So got a decent getaway. It was a dry race at this point. Managed to get into first. Few knocks around. Nearly went round. Managed to save it. It's just about keeping it clean and tidy at the moment. You know what it's like in Forza. Start. Anything can happen. By the end of the first lap, I was 2.5 seconds clear. Nice start, nice clean lap, pulling away as you want. End of the second lap was 5.3 seconds. End of the third lap, 6.3. Thought it was going well, but then it started to change a little bit as TDR Sports started to close the gap a little bit. So end of the lap 6. Still 5.8, good distance. He pulled into the pits. As you can see, the windscreen wipers were going, so I thought it's going to start raining for me the second part of the race, so I decided to put wets on, and I knew better. But Sports must have put mediums on, I think, and he just caught me up, hand over fist. There's nothing I could do to stop him, really. Looking back, I wish I'd have put mediums on, but with that amount of rain coming down, you'd think that before all the updates that the track would have got wet in half a lap, but it didn't. So third past me, I'd let him through. There's literally no point holding up. It's just a case of trying to keep third. Luckily enough, I managed to do that. And in just half a lap, I was 8 seconds behind the leader, 5 seconds behind second place. It's completely wrong choice to go with the wets for the second stint. Still took third though, so you can't complain. The third race at Spa. Managed to qualify and pole, and my PC decided to pause the game again. But it seemed to give me a better launch. Going into the first corner, just managed to keep hold of first place. Renaissance second was unbelievably quick driving this race. As we're going down to Eau Rouge, I do not take that very well at all. It's terrible. And as you can see, Renaissance just absolutely nailed it. The only thing it saved me, I seemed to have less drag than what he did. On the Camel Straight, I was able to pull away ever so slightly. So start the second lap, just under a second ahead. It's all about trying to get Eau Rouge. It's absolutely spot on, and I didn't for the second time. Took that way too much grass, absolutely terrible. Renaissance, again, absolutely nailed it. This time, he had the run on me. So, it goes to my outside. We did hit. I was just trying to make it as narrow as possible for him. And he did back out, so I managed to keep the place luckily enough. So coming to the halfway point, with pit stops going to happen, he managed to get a good run through Blanchimont, closing up very quickly. I wasn't sure if he was going to go for the move or not. He did seem to go down the inside, but I think he backed out, gave me the space. I was very lucky not to get a penalty there. So this caught me out a little bit. We come into the pit stops about 0.3, 0.4 of a second difference. And when I left the pits, I was 2.2 seconds ahead. I don't know if he had to add fuel or there was a glitch, but it gave me a bit of breathing room. He did manage to close up within a second, but going through No Name, he did pick up a little bit of a penalty. 0.6 of a second. And coming around here onto the back straight, he picks up another 0.8 of a second for going off track. So all in all, coming to the end of the race, it turned out to be quite an easy victory in the end. Well, easy is probably not the right word, but with the penalties, it did give me that breathing space that I probably needed. It was a class race, really, really good, quick. Really enjoyed that one.